Hey everybody, this is Mega Plays Games, and today I'm going to talk about something really important. But what is really important is that, but this is some good news. It is finally summer break. I graduated from high school. Thank God, because high school was rough for me, and like really rough for me. Now then, I don't want to go into much detail about it, but all I know is it's finally over now then. Which I'm just gonna say this, God, where do I even go to begin with this? Okay, so you know how I talked to you guys about I was depressed and feeling all sad and all that? Well, I was mainly depressed about basically about this girl, which I'm not gonna say her name, and which I was feeling depressed. You may also saw those videos, like those rage videos like I did. Well then, to be honest, I was actually angry and actually taking my anger out on her, because first of all, okay, you guys may not know this, I might have told you guys some of this, but I actually used to have like a crush on her. But there was one reason, I was not gonna go back. I was not going back to that school, but the only reason why I went back to that school was because I wanted something to be different, and I was disappointed nothing was different. But okay, on the very first year back, when I went back to high school, I was going in with my mom and grandma to go get my schedule, not to mention my ID, and it took very long. And when first hour was over, but when second hour started, when I used to have a crush on, she was in my class, and she had to go get her stuff, like her schedule and her ID, but her ID, she went back, and on the very first day back, we had to interview each other, and guess what? I was paired up with her, so we both interviewed each other. When my teacher first said that, I was really shy. I was really shy and nervous, because I'm just okay. My first thought was, I'm probably gonna mess this up. I just know. My first thought was, oh God, why? Why do you pair me up with her? Which I was really shy, because it was unexpected. It just came unexpectedly, and when we interviewed each other, at first, I was really happy that I did talk to her. And when the period was over, I went to all my classes. I went to lunch, and not only that, I also took Spanish, which was my first mistake, because first of all, I could understand it, and it was really hard for me. So, but let me get to the point where things started to get weird. Now then, another very first day back that she was in my class, well, she didn't sit next to me on the very first day back, but on the next day of school, the second day of school, she she sat next to me, and I swear on my life, like she was looking at me, which I thought, which I was really like getting creeped out, and well, not really creeped out, but I just found it weird that she just sit next to me the very first day, and she did, and not to mention she made some weird noises, which kind of made me feel uncomfortable. Which, and no, that which on that day I was at home in my apartment, laying in my bed, and I was thinking I should probably switch classes because I couldn't. First of all, I couldn't understand Spanish, and not only that, I also thought on that day I should switch my classes because, like, I thought it'd be best for me whole not to get distracted. So I did that, and not only that, I switched my Spanish, my second hour to all, and my fifth hour to English. And let me tell you, this is when the problem started. Because first of all, some boy had to like say he was going out with her, and that's when all these problems started. Because I thought she betrayed my feelings, and I was really angry, and that's when all these problems started. But first of all, I'm just gonna say, and not to mention, they were not even hanging out with each other at lunch. So I was beginning to have second thoughts, and this came to my mind, okay, like, why are you gonna say something that's not even true, even though you guys are not hanging out at lunch? Because I knew at first she didn't like him, she hated him, and just like, why did I say something that's not even true? Like, it made me really angry. And not to mention, everything got worse up to that point. Like, I started having weird dreams about her, like, these weird dreams about her, like, kidnapping me and all that, and because she was looking at me, and I was really scared. I was afraid of her. I was avoiding her, and I was really scared of her. And on that one day at school, I totally freaked out, like, when I saw her, and because the feel finally got to my head, and I started freaking out. I started screaming, crying, and when I figured went in front of her, when I turned around, I don't know if she was scared or she felt bad, but on that day, things just got worse, and not only that, like, so here was the plan. And not to mention, things even got more worse for me. Like, I ended up, like, cutting myself with a pencil, which you guys are probably like, whoa, with a pencil? Like, don't you understand you get lead poisoning? Yes, I understand, but I knew what I was doing, so I didn't go that deep into my skin and actually let blood come out. And yeah, like, I was cutting myself, like, and I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna tell my mom and grandma this, but so I called my grandma and I told her I was cutting myself, and my mom was not too happy, and it just, a lot of things were going on, and basically at the end of the year and all that, like, when all these problems, when I was starting to get better, I see her giving me these looks, like these weird, sad look, miserable looks, and that one day, like, we were, I don't know, like, I think it was like we were on a block schedule, and one day I was just standing outside. I saw her walk out of the classroom outside, and one day I was just standing there, minding my own business, going on my phone, listening to my music. When I look up, I see her like looking at me, and when I look back up, she turned around. But the second time I look up again, she was giving me a weird look, and I actually yelled at her and called her the B word, the reason why I did that was because I was scared. I was creeped out because I was like, what the heck is she looking at? Am I doing something wrong? Am I doing something that I'm not even realizing? Because my mom and grandma and the teachers, they thought I was stalking her, but I wasn't. I wasn't doing any of that. I don't do that stuff anymore, like, because I knew it was wrong, but it just, and what I was trying to figure out, why is she giving me these weird looks, because I couldn't figure it out, but until one day at the end of the year, my grandma came over there, and my grandma actually know what she looks like, because I show her who she was, and my grandma showed to the school one day, and she saw her, and I one day, I don't know, I was in the car going to my dad's, and so I just started to ask grandma, like, how did I ask it? Like, I asked it like, when you were there at that, I asked her when she was at that school, did you happen to see her face and what she looked like? She told me she looked miserable, looked very moody, looked very sad, like she didn't get away, and which I started to figure out, maybe it's because what I did, because I switched my classes and all of that, which I started to figure out, was one of the things, it took me to realize, like, she did this to herself. She didn't talk to me, but look, I have a choice. I had a choice. It was either try to talk to her or let this boy beat me up and all that. She was actually afraid of someone, and which I didn't want to get in trouble and get suspended, so I chose not to talk to her and not go out with her, but a lot of things happened, and she tried, and every day it was like, 'cause every time I try to walk past her, like, I'm always like, okay, should I go over here, or should I even try walking past her, or should I just turn around? So I just did the brave thing by just walking over there, but every time I saw her and she sees me, she always gave me a silent look, which I'm just like, I didn't even do anything. I really didn't do anything. It's just, she really tried to make me look like it was my fault, but at the time, when I was so close to graduate from high school, I was really worried and scared about her, because I was worried that she might cry and in front of me, and I didn't know what to do. So luckily, that didn't happen. And not only that, I was worried she might have hurt herself and would have killed herself. But I was really worried and all that. But when I graduated, I was fine. I was okay. And not only that, that's not the main reason why I was depressed about it. I was also depressed because I deleted my YouTube channel, because I was really sad. I deleted my YouTube channel. I actually let that guy, Super Nintendo Boy get his fan base to attack me, and I was really depressed, and because I was really sad, because I had a YouTube channel with 50 subscribers, and I could have been somebody, and I was really depressed, and I was like, that's why I kept making those YouTube videos. I wanted to quit because I thought I couldn't do this anymore. I thought I couldn't do it, and not to mention I kept making too many of these videos, and I thought, you know, people are gonna start to stop watching me, and I didn't want that, but I think it's already too late, because I think my fan base, what I had, like, I think they stopped watching my videos because of what I did, and which you know, Super Mario Bros. Channel, Pix Gaming. If you guys see this video at the end, I just want to say I'm really sorry if I kept bringing up my depression, kept bringing up those I'm gonna quit YouTube. I'm really sorry. I kept making those videos. Like, I was really depressed and really depressed and going through problems at that time with all this drama happening with your channel, Super Mario Bros. Channel, and with this girl at school. I was really depressed. Guys, I went through a really dark path in my life. Like, and it took me a lot to crawl out from that dark hole, that very dark hole, to get up to the light, and it took me a lot to get out of that, because I was in that dark hole for a very long time, and I just gotta say, I'm very thankful I do have friends and a family that does support me, and I do have my online friends as well, that they support me and all that, and not to mention, I kind of lost one friend that was an online friend of mine, and which he doesn't comment to me anymore. Every time I comment on his videos, he doesn't watch them anymore, which I really feel bad for what I did, and I really hope when you guys see this, I really hope you guys can forgive me. And not only that, my online friend, I mean, I don't want to be like, sound like I'm complaining or anything, but he actually did roast me and said that I don't get enough attention, which, you know, which I will say, you know, that's really true, but which one thing about this, you know, I think he was right. I think I should have just, like, I should not make those videos. But if Electric Viper V3 does see this, I just want to say I'm really sorry to anybody that I made mad or I made them leave. I'm really sorry what I did, and it took me enough to realize what I did was wrong, and what really happened in my life. Because, like, I have amazing people in my life. I got you guys in my life, and what it took for me to get this far. Even though I'm a smart YouTube channel, but I'm trying to get there. Like, it took me enough to get out of the darkness into the light. It took me a lot, which you know, like, I could cry right now, but I can't. Like, I'm really glad I got you guys in my life, which I really hope you guys will stick with me for this very long journey. But now that I graduate from high school, I'm going to be going to school next year, which school is basically about what it's going to be paid for me to get a job. And I just want to thank you everybody so much for taking the time to listen to me, to hear me out. And you know, as always, I see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.